Welcome to the Intimate Marriage Podcast. I'm your host, Alexandra Stockwell. I'm a physician and an intimate marriage expert, and I specialize in showing couples how to have incredible, passionate relationships. I've been married for 25 years. My husband and I have 4 children and full professional lives, and we've created an amazing relationship. If you want to deepen your understanding of your own relationship and learn to access new heights of emotional, sensual, and erotic intimacy, you're in the right place. I will show you how now. Let's dive in. Did you notice there's new cover art for the podcast? I'm just in love with it. And maybe you also noticed the new name. It used to be the Marriage Podcast, and now it's the Intimate Marriage Podcast. And in this episode, I want to tell you all about these changes and make sure you're up to date with where we're heading next. You know, a few years ago, I met a woman named Jane. She'd been married for 43 years. And as I do whenever I meet someone who's been married a long time and has a really wonderful marriage, I asked her what the secret is. Because sometimes people's answers, they're really specific to their personalities and circumstances. But probably more often, the answer has some universal relevance. It's something that you and I can both learn from. And that was the case with Jane. So anyway, I asked her, what's the secret to having a great marriage? And she said with a smile, my husband and I, we've both had multiple marriages. They've just all been with the same person. And that makes so much sense, right? When I was interviewed on a podcast recently, someone asked me about the evolution and growth in my marriage. And I was talking about how my husband and I, we met when we were 25. And we were different people with different priorities, different ways of connecting at 35. And then different again at 45. And when we're 55 and 65 and 75, it will obviously be very different again. So I really relate to the evolution and growth in relationships and that things look and feel different. I also view the world through the lens of relationship. I love being in a relationship with you, my listeners, and I love being in a relationship with my podcast. You could say we started dating when I started planning the podcast, thinking of different things, wondering what the feel and look would be. And then I chose and we got married. We launched on Valentine's Day, 2021. And since that time, we've been dancing together. Every week an episode drops. And I've been getting to know the podcast, getting to know the things that I really love and definitely will be continuing. And I got to know some of the things that I actually want to shift and change and up-level and expand and make more pleasurable, more informative. And so in this episode, I'm going to update you on all of those things. So yes, the new name, the Intimate Marriage Podcast, is just more accurate. It's juicier and it's more true now. The cover art that I've already referred to, I just love that it's classy, it's clean, it's warm, subtle, and sexy. And I am all about that. I look at the image and I smile. I'm so happy for the next iteration of my podcast relationship. Going forward, I'll continue to interview amazing couples and learn about their relationship, their story. I'll occasionally interview individuals. And in my solo episodes, I'm going to be going a lot deeper than before. I'll be answering your questions. I really love when you send me questions. It helps make the podcast more useful to you. So keep sending them. And if you haven't sent one yet, you can go to theintimatemarriagepodcast.com, click on the contact tab, and go ahead and send me your questions. And who knows, maybe you'll be listening in to a solo episode and I'll respond to exactly what you asked me. I'm also planning to describe more vignettes, more specific scenarios that you're experiencing, and give pointed guidance on how to navigate that and what questions to ask yourself. So instead of more general teaching, which I'll be doing a lot more specific teaching so that you can really take action and transform your relationships. That's what this is about. In addition to using this episode to tell you what's happening, so you know where we are and where I'm taking this, I also am thrilled to invite you to a celebration. In the Intimate Marriage Facebook group, I'm going to be hosting a celebratory party as the podcast and I move to our next expression, to the next phase of our relationship. And you, of course, are welcome to attend. So if you're already in the Intimate Marriage Facebook group, great, you'll be hearing more about this. If you're not yet, go to Facebook and search The Intimate Marriage with Alexandra Stockwell, MD. And there are a few simple questions to answer, and you'll be led into the group and you can join the party. The party will be happening October 7th, 2021 at 9 a.m. Pacific time. If you're listening and that date has already passed, don't worry. Just join the Facebook group and you'll be able to watch the party because the recording, it'll be happening as a Facebook Live and the recording will be in there where you can view it. But if you're able to come live, don't miss it. Because in addition to the celebration, I'll be doing some Q&A and bringing some juicy things. And there'll be an opportunity to win some prizes. And 3 of you will win a free 30-minute coaching session. So 3 different people will be able to win one 30-minute coaching session. And let me assure you, whether you're an individual or you want to come as a couple, 30 minutes can be totally transformative. So come to the party, celebrate with me. I'm thrilled to update you on these changes and look forward to the next episodes and the next expression and pleasure in this phase of the Intimate Marriage Podcast. And I'm thrilled you'll be coming along for the ride.
Thank you for listening to the Intimate Marriage Podcast. For more information about Alexandra, her book, and her coaching services, go to theintimatemarriagepodcast.com.